Hello everyone, I'm Gang. Okay, this part might be a little more intense, just a little intense, but it's still okay. Let's first go through the documentation for these 4 parts. We'll start with the first part because it actually has quite a lot of content. I'll try to speak quickly, but also try not to miss anything. This part mainly involves creating this project and completing the initial setup of a project. So the first step might be to create it according to our app, etc. and set it to C++, while also specifying the flag and related parameters. Then at this point, there is a blank project, and note that there is something called Pi here. Pi stands for Play in Editor. This thing called Pi is very common. In our that is because it runs in. So this running mode, it is quite different from when we have it packaged and run it in the game. There will be a big difference. Then let's continue looking below. Then create a map in that place. Then save this map here and put it into the FPS map. It is inside the SAP. Then specify this map in predict30. Then at this point, it opens Visual Studio through the editor. Then in Visual Studio, he sees the game mode we created because, right, he sees the game mode. At the same time, he emphasized we are using this gentle rain and this game mod currently has nothing written in it. But at this point, we need to add a logging method. This logging method can allow it to be displayed on our screen. The way to add it is quite special. First, you need to know where to add it. It overrides the start play function. This start play is called when the game starts, allowing you to hit and call this place. So you know GameMode is on the server. This system, let me emphasize again. Then this is some compiled code, as shown by its written code, but there is no highlighting here. It looks a bit uncomfortable. Then next, in GameMode, within the override function, remember we must call the parent class. This is most easily missed when writing our C++ version of UMG. We will definitely forget this, so we must call the parent class. And here we are getting the global variable. So we get our engine capabilities, our engine must exist. Then this method is implemented by removing the add screen on the engine. It is implemented through the debug message. Then this is the content being transmitted. Then it displays for 5 seconds. Then after we compile and start the project, he will be able to see our log. Okay, this should be completely fine. Then remember to specify the game mode, because these startup projects actually specify this part. That is to say, emphasize this point. That is, when you run the game, you will see the log in the upper left corner. There should be no problem. And here, the blueprint class was created. Then inside this blueprint class, we inherit the game mode we defined. This game rule class, and here, we must assign this blueprint class to our project. You assign it here. It becomes a global game mode. But you can also assign it in a level. That is, assign it in the world settings. This applies specifically to that level. The reason it didn't execute is because it might not have been assigned here, or some similar reason. Maybe I don't dare. So the first section is still relatively simple. It's pretty much the same as our previous content. Okay, we'll take just a few minutes to briefly go over the content of this first section for everyone. Then we won't write it in our unsimple project because I'm afraid if they get mixed together, since we're also changing some default settings here. And another project is also changing some default settings. So for this kind of project case, we'll still write a separate project. This lesson ends here.